Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. It's Shani, and today I'm going to be doing everything that you need to know about your Tesla before you go ahead and order one. I've been getting so many questions on YouTube and on TikTok about literally everything from financing, insurance, accessories, about the seats, basically asking me to go into more detail about just the whole process of buying a Tesla and my experience. I wrote a little list so I can answer everyone's question, and if you guys have more questions, don't hesitate to leave the comments. I try to respond to every single one, or at least acknowledge every single one that's relevant. So a couple people had questions about how like financing works and how like you go about ordering a car. Oh, and before we get started as well, I do have a referral link from Tesla giving you guys $1,000 off your car. If you're thinking about ordering your Tesla anytime soon, make sure to check the link in my description. That will give you the $1,000 off your Tesla. If you do use that link, I do get something back as well. I only get 10 referrals, so only 10 of you guys can get the $1,000 off. Already 2 people have used it, so there's only 8 left. So if you guys are interested in buying a Tesla in the near future, make sure you check out the link in the description to get your $1,000 off. Anyway, so this is how the financing process works. So you go onto the Tesla website, you customize your car however you want it. You pick the color, if you want the white seats or the black seats, you go through and you pick all of that. And then you go ahead and pay the deposit. After you put in the deposit, you're going to specify if you're paying in cash, if you're financing, or if you're planning on leasing the car. It will literally take you step by step on what information it needs. I put in all of that information, how much down payment I was going to put on the car, and it gives you an estimate of how much your monthly payments will be based off of your down payment. It will tell you how much will be due at signing, which also includes taxes and all these other like fees for registration. And then you would go ahead and create your Tesla account, and that's what you will use to sign into your Tesla app. So in the Tesla app, you will get like a pre-delivery day checklist, basically everything that you need to do financial wise, and you know, registering the car and everything, insurance, that you need to do before the day of delivery. Before you pick up your car, you also need to specify your insurance. You can either choose to go with Tesla insurance, or you can go with your own car insurance company, whatever you prefer. I think it just needed like your policy number and some other numbers that you put into the app so they can make sure that you're all good on insurance, and then you can go ahead and pick up the car. Initially, I had started off with Progressive. Right now, I'm not with Progressive because I literally think that they tried to scam me. Every time I called Progressive to ask them like what's going on with my insurance, why is it going up so much, they couldn't give me an answer. And I was just kind of like confused because I haven't been in any accidents. I asked them for like all of like the discounts and loyalty discounts that they claim that they applied to my insurance. They couldn't give me that. They couldn't even tell me how much it was. So I was pretty much over them. Personally, for me, this goes for any situation in life. If somebody treats me badly, I'm not going to spend money with them. That's just how it is. Even when I was recently looking for apartments, if the leasing agent is rude, even if the apartment is beautiful, I'm not spending my money there. That led me to research into other insurance places. All of them were around like $1,000 to $1,500 for 6 months. And I was like, there's no way like this is like normal, right? So I continued to look, completely forgetting about Tesla insurance. Obviously, I need car insurance, and this was just kind of like an unexpected cost. Like, the car is wonderful, but the insurance was just like was making me question my decision. But then I was talking to my dad because I needed guidance, because I really did not know like what to do. And he was like, oh, doesn't Tesla have insurance? And I was like, how could I be so like airheaded and not even think to check into Tesla insurance? And sure enough, it ends up being the best insurance. For me personally, it's cheap, relatively cheap. Well, it's cheaper than all the other options, and it covers me for what I needed to cover. Like, it's not doing too much. I'm a safe driver, so it doesn't really like impact me that much. But if you're an unsafe driver, like if you like to speed or drive without your seatbelt or any of that stuff, Tesla insurance might not be for you, because Tesla insurance is directly linked to your car and your driving habits. Tesla can see everything. So how Tesla insurance works is every month they give you a safety score, which is based off of your driving habits from the month prior. So for example, my driving habits in July will determine my insurance rate for August. So you see what I mean? So it's not like a set rate, but your safety score, how you drive, your driving habits from the previous month will determine this month's insurance rate, how much you'll be paying. Your safety score is determined by your Ford collision warnings, hard braking, if you turn your car aggressively, like unsafe following, like if you're way too close to the car in front of you, late night driving, forced autopilot disengagement, and if you're not wearing your seatbelt. So Tesla has a website that goes into detail about exactly how they determine your score. It's obviously from 0 to 100, 100 being the best. For me, my ranges have always been between like 96 and 99. So once like the 30-day cycle has elapsed, basically like the 31st day doesn't count towards the next month. So it's on a rolling basis that it's judging you. I wonder if it's 30 days or 31 days. It's either 30 or 31 days, but it's on a rolling basis. All right, so that's all of like the financial aspects of the car. Well, a couple people asked about the update on my white seats, and let me tell you guys, I don't regret the white seats at all. Keep in mind, I don't have kids, I don't have pets, so none of that like applies to me. Like dirt from other people doesn't apply to me. I do have some people in here sometimes, but primarily it's just me. Within the past year, I've moved house twice. So this car has been full of stuff, and the seats are still like in really good condition. They look brand new. Even in the camera you can tell like they are perfect. Like I have no issues with them at all. Even during like road trips and stuff, like the car has been full of people and it's been completely fine. My mom has actually spilled Coke one time, Coca-Cola, in the back seat, and it just wiped right off, no stains or anything. I've spilled soy sauce when I was eating sushi in here one time on the white seats, and it just wiped right off. I do have a leather cleaner that I got from Amazon that I use to clean the seats every once in a while, so I'll link that down below. And then I also use a little like vacuum. It's a very small vacuum, but it serves its purpose for what it's needed for, just to like quickly clean the car. And then I also have a screen cleaner, which you just like spray the screen and you can like wipe it off, so your screen doesn't have fingerprints everywhere. On the screen, I also have a screen protector, which is like an anti-glare screen protector, just because obviously like this car is like all glass. Anti-glare just like makes it a little bit easier on the eye, so you're not like squinting to like look at your directions and stuff like that. Usually I get my car cleaned in a car wash, so they'll like take care of everything. The only incident that I've had with the white seats is one time I went to the car wash and the guys decided to use dirty water to clean my white seats, like literally brown water to clean my white seats. And of course, when I got into the car smelled like sewers. It smelled like a sewer water. It smelled like a public restroom. It smelled like a toilet, and it was very disgusting because I had just paid money to get my car clean, and now it smells worse than what it smelled like, you know, when I had brought it in. Obviously it didn't like seep into the seats because they had just done it, but I literally had to get my own cleaner, my leather cleaner, and like wipe down the seats while I was at the car wash and take care of it myself because they weren't gonna fix it. That pissed me off, and I never went back there again because, again, I don't like paying money to people that don't respect me, don't value me as a customer. It's just not my vibe, and I will continue to do that. So I haven't been back there since, and I don't plan on ever going back there again. Such a first world problem, but it is what it is. It is what it is. That's the update on the white seats. They're still brand new. They wipe off really easily. There's no stains. But then again, I have no pets, no kids. I don't plan on having any pets or any kids in here. I'm only 24. I really should not be having kids in here right now. This is my like youthful car. This is not my mom car. This is like my single girl era car. My early 20s car. The white is just for the aesthetic. It's just for the vibe, you know what I mean? It's not for the pets and the kids, which I don't have, so does not apply to me, and it's not gonna apply to me for a long time. At least I hope so. But yeah. Okay, a lot of people had questions about the accessories in my car. I'll start with the interior lights because that's the one that people commented on the most. A lot of people like the interior lights, and I'm glad that you guys do because it took me so long to install, 6 hours to install these things. Does it drain your battery quicker when you turn them on? And the answer to that is no. Reason being, it's like charging your phone. Like, it has a very minimal impact on the charge of the car, the battery percentage of the car. I think the screen takes up more battery usage than these lights do, especially since they're on very little, and it's hard to determine what exactly is causing your battery to drain because everything is running on the battery. And so adding the lights on is really just like plugging in your phone to charge. Like the difference is very minimal. Another thing is I don't really see it draining the battery that often because I don't drive that much at night anyway. I have no reason to be out at night. I'm not like a clubbing person. When I am out at night though, like I will turn them on for like the vibes. Other than that, like I drive during the daytime. So yeah, it has like a very minimal effect. At least like I haven't noticed a huge effect on the battery. People had some questions about cable management. This is one of the reasons why it took me so long to install these lights, is because I wanted to make sure that it was perfect and that you couldn't see the cables and everything, because that would drive me insane. But yeah, any nook and cranny that I could find to stick the wires in, I would do that. Basically how it works is these a set of cables on the passenger side going to the center console, and then these ones on the driver's side also going to the center console, so it's like half and half. And so I used like the image from the instructions that came with the lights, and then I just tweaked it to make it fit my vibe better. Center console is obviously a little bit messy because of the number of cables that they are, but like on the outside it's completely fine. Some people had comments about the floor lights. Those are also from Amazon. It was a gift from my brother and he bought them for me from Amazon and he installed them as well. They came out super cute. They have really no purpose other than for aesthetics and obviously to light up the ground when you're stepping out. The lights that came with the Tesla were very like dim, like warm light, so they worked like a little bit like you'd have to be in like a really dark space for them to be really useful. But these lights are like white. They're a lot brighter than the ones that came with the car. Should I have done without these? Of course, but it's for the vibes, it's for the aesthetic. A lot of people had comments about the charger that I installed in my garage, about the cost of it and everything. So the cost to install the charger will vary based off of the electrician that you hire to do it. So Tesla has a list of basically everybody that's approved or is able to install these types of home EV chargers on their website. So I just called up like a local electrician in my area and asked if they could do it. They gave me a quote. I said yes. I didn't even bother to ask elsewhere because it was within the range that I was expecting for it to cost. He came in, he installed it, and he was in and out. It was really that quick. I know some people who have gotten theirs installed for $300. I know some people who have gotten theirs installed for like $900 to $1,000. Just for the electrician to install it. That's not including the price of the charger. And so like I said, there's such like a wide range that you could be charged to do it. So I would just recommend calling an electrician to do it. My opinion is completely worth it because you don't have to worry about charging your car after that. It's so easy. You just plug it in at nighttime when you come back from work or school or whatever. You plug it in, you let it charge at nighttime. The next day you're ready to go. It's so much better than having to like go and drive to a supercharger and then sit there for 30 to 40 minutes for your car to charge. Another thing that I think is a really good investment, which you know is also like kind of extra, is getting the windows tinted. I didn't get my windows tinted until like 8 months afterwards. The reason I had gotten my windows tinted was in preparation for the summertime, because the car gets extremely hot inside during the summertime, obviously because it's like all glass. Like there's nothing really like protecting the inside from like the sun coming in. And so I got the windows tinted in an attempt to try and keep the car inside relatively cool, even though I knew it was not going to stay completely cool. I was just trying to like do something, not only for like aesthetic reasons, but also there was like some like practicality behind getting the windows tinted. There is a thing on the Tesla app called cabin overheat protection, where if the interior of the car goes above a certain temperature, then the AC will automatically kick in to keep the car cool. The only thing about that is that it drains your battery so quickly. There are other options like to get like a screen visor for up here, but I feel like it kills the purpose of having like a sunroof like this. That's one of the reasons why I chose the Y over the 3s, because I didn't want that bar in the middle that the 3 has. I just wanted like a straight up glass, like nothing else. Someone left a helpful comment about the bling on my steering wheel, basically saying like it's a safety concern, like if anyone was to get into an accident and they have bling on the steering wheel, when the airbags come out, you know, this bling thing can like stab you, which is a valid concern. So yeah, just be aware of that if you decide to buy like the bling that I bought for my car. Again, I bought it for aesthetic reasons, and also because I feel like everyone drives a Tesla these days, so just to like distinguish my car from other cars. Yeah, but the person who commented that is completely valid. It is a actual safety concern. If that situation was to happen to anyone, it could be deadly. T part of the Tesla, at the bottom of the T, is very sharp. You can only imagine if the airbag was to come out at me, like it's like right in line with like my chest, which is like not a good look. So shout out to her for putting that warning out there, and I think it's important for me to address that just in case, you know, anyone decides to get that. Okay, I want to move on to the accessories that I use the most in this car. First one will be the phone mount. The phone mount was also a gift from my mom. She bought it for me for Christmas, but she bought it from Amazon, and I know exactly which one it is because I sent her the link for it, and then she bought it because she cares about my safety. And so it's basically like a MagSafe phone mount that goes on like the back of the screen, and it just like attaches to the back of your phone. So if you have one of the newer iPhones with the MagSafe capability, you can just plop your phone on there. And I like it because it like tilts, it pivots, you can put your phone landscape, you can put it portrait mode, and I like that it also folds away. Like I don't have to look at it all the time. Like if I'm not using it and it's in the way, I can just fold it away. But yeah, that's definitely like the most used accessory. Another most used accessory that you probably won't really pay attention to after you put it on is the all-weather mats. So the car comes with these like carpeted mats, which are okay like if you're good with carpet, but personally I don't want to be like stuck like vacuuming the carpets, and also carpets tend to hold smell. Literally the day that I got the car, I removed those and I put in these all-weather mats, which are also from Amazon. It was a 6-piece set, so it comes with one for the trunk, one for the trunk underneath the trunk, one for the back seat, one for the passenger, one for the driver, and one for the front trunk, the frunk. And I like these better because during the winter time it's easy to just like take them out and like dust them off and like remove the dirt and like spray them off, and it's so easy to clean it, which is why I love these mats. They fit the car perfectly. The next most used is the storage trunk bins, which go in the 2 little like weird compartments in the trunk. On both sides, the passenger and the driver's side. I bought these directly from Tesla because I felt like that space was going to waste. And basically on one side I just put like shopping bags, and on the other side is like all of the cleaning supplies that I mentioned earlier. So like the leather cleaner and the vacuum and everything else I needed to clean the car goes in there. Another one that I really like is like I mentioned, the anti-glare screen protector, and also the center console organizers, because the center consoles are very deep and they come with like no organization or anything. So I like this because it gives me like a compartment to put like the screen cleaner or like chapstick. It's good to have just for organizational purposes. And a lot of people also commented really helpful tips about the situation that I had with the nail in my tire, which now I feel really stupid about, but honestly, the tips might help someone else out there, so I wanted to call them out because they were genuinely helpful and came from a good like place. I wish I had known this back when this was happening, but you know, it is what it is. Like, you live and you learn. For those that haven't watched my previous video, I had an issue with my wheel where I had run over a nail and Tesla wasn't taking it seriously. Basically, the first time I went into Tesla, they didn't bother to check what was wrong with my tire, even though the pressure was at 0. The second time I went in, a couple of months later, the guy who I was working with this time actually checked to see what was going on with my tire, and they were able to patch the tire for $100. I had to pay $100 to get the tire fixed. A lot of people came to the rescue about that situation and actually gave very helpful advice that I wish I had known, basically saying that I could have gone to any tire place and they would have been able to fix it for free or for less. I think someone said that any local tire shop can do it for about $25. Some people gave actual store recommendations, like Discount Tire and Hibdons. I've never heard of Hibdons. I don't even know if I'm saying that correctly, but someone actually commented about it being covered under warranty, and I wish I had asked that. That's initially why I had gone directly to Tesla's, because I thought it would be covered under the warranty, but I didn't bother to ask while I was there because I was just kind of like over the situation. Long story short, you guys, if you ever have any issues with your tire and you have a Tesla, you don't just have to go back to Tesla for them to fix it. I could have gone literally anywhere. Like, a tire is a tire. Doesn't matter if it's on a Tesla or not. I learned my lesson. But yeah, so shout out to you guys for giving those tips, and I know that it can help someone else, so I wanted to share that as well. Alright, that was a lot of talking, but I think that I answered all of the questions that I could see. If you have any more questions, feel free to comment them down below. I always respond to all of the comments. If I don't respond, I at least acknowledge that I've seen your comment. Other than that, if you are planning on buying a Tesla, again, I'll put my referral link down below where you can get $1,000 off all of the accessories that I've mentioned, and all of like the cleaning supplies and everything else. I'll also leave in the description below. And yeah, that's all that I have for today. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe, of course. And I just like appreciate the community that we're building and the comment section and everything. So overall, it's been very positive support right now, and I fingers crossed it stays like that. But that's all that I have for today. So thanks, guys. Bye.
Let's take this show on the